A weak body and a weak mind is going to guarantee you nothing in life. If you go through life and your body is just torn up, your body is not where it needs to be, and it's the same way with your mind. Your mind is like you wake up and you don't know what to think about, you don't know what your goals are. That's what's going to create a weak mindset, and that's going to create a downhill turn in every man's life. In this video, I want to break down how a weak body and a weak mind correlate will relate to weak sales. Me, I'm in a position where I make money off of sales commissions. So I need to make sure that my mind and my body is at the fullest capacity. That way I'm getting the best sales and getting the most money out of my day. What's up, guys? My name is Jonathan Mitchell. I help men build an ambitious mindset and destroy destructive habits in their life. In this video, we're going to go over the 4 quadrants of why having a weak body will lead to a weak performance in life. First, starting off with hormones. See, with hormones, most people don't understand that with low testosterone, that means you're going to have low drive in life. That means you're going to have low conviction and low aggression. So when you're selling, it's like your body is doing the complete opposite of what it needs. You need conviction. You need aggression. You need drive. Your body won't be able to close if you don't let it. If you don't structure your life and structure your body, you're not going to be able to close these sales that you need to. You're not going to be able to progress your life in a way that you need to. Sleep, lifting heavy, and whole food is going to give your body that hormonal edge that it needs to stay on top of the world. That's how people use hormones just as one subject are able to increase their sales and increase their life expectancy and output. You know, people die so much sooner, to say the least, if you have shitty lifestyle, if your hormones, your confidence, your energy, if this is not in balance, your life is not in a direction where it needs to be. We all need to focus up and lock in on everything in life. That's going to lead us into confidence. For the longest time, I didn't understand the role that confidence had in selling. Confidence is the main thing. If you do not have confidence, if you do not have conviction of what you're selling, you're not going to be able to close the deal. And if you don't respect yourself physically, they won't respect your authority verbally. People will see the statue of you as a man, and if it's fat, if it's, this and that, they're not going to respect you. But if you have a statue of your tall, broad shoulders, they're going to understand that you mean business, that you're about it. The gym is not the only place for the aesthetics. It's going to build the identity of someone who finishes what they start. They don't go in the day and just half-ass shit. They go throughout their day and actually get shits done. That's what builds the confidence as a man. Being able to go through day and know exactly what you're going to do every and any day. Next is persuasion. You cannot persuade if you're going to speak timidly, if you're going to speak soft, if you're going to speak very vulnerable, if you're going to walk slowly, and if you're going to second guess your thoughts. These are not ways that are going to increase your selling, increase your relationships in life, and increase in overall just joy throughout it. You need to understand that if you want to persuade, you have to build that confidence inside you. You have to build the conviction inside of you. Training is going to force you to build certainty throughout your life. And certainty is the currency of influence. If you want to influence a large portion of people, kind of like how I'm doing, you need to be certain in exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. You need to maximize the amount of energy that you have throughout the day. If you're sluggish, people are not going to follow up. You aren't going to follow up. If you're going to be slow, if you're going to be lazy, you're not going to close late deals. You're not going to be able to handle objections. You're not going to be able to do these things in life, all because you have a weak body and a weak mind. My energy, it doesn't come from caffeine in the morning. It comes from momentum. It comes from movement. It comes from my morning execution. It comes from what I do on a day-to-day basis and the wins that I stack up upon themselves. This is why I train like a savage every day. It's to build that discipline that's going to give me my strong body, my strong mind, that's going to offload into my life, increase my total output in sales, increase my total output in relationship, in joy, in business, in my side ventures, in everything. If you have structure in hormones, confidence, persuasion, energy, that's all going to guarantee you that you have a strong body and a strong mind. And that's just the start of it. You need to go deeper. You need to take your own learning to another level and understand what steps you can take, because everyone's different. How are you going to get to the next level? How are you going to get that strong body, that strong mind that you desire, that you need to become that next level man? You see him. You wake up and you see the next level man that would have done something differently, but you choose every day to just do the same shit and not go about the day like the man that you want to become. Quit that shit and finally take the chance and become the man by choosing to take 1 foot forward. Don't put on too many tasks at once. Put on one thing at a time, learn from that, and implement on top of that. That is how you become the 1% man. Every person started off as this scrawny little dude or this fat little guy that couldn't get anything done, that had low ambitions, low drive. But it's what they did with that. It's how they built upon that. Everyone is dealt the same deck of cards, but it's what you do with that deck of cards that builds the character inside of you. And the most important part of someone is the character that they built inside of them. There is so much value going to be provided in these YouTube videos, and if you found any value at all, I hope that you found it useful. If you actually decide to implement these into your life, I guarantee you that you're not only going to have higher energy throughout your life, better relationships, but also higher sales commissions and more closes. I guarantee you that your life will improve by implementing these steps, not all at once, but one at a time. Reach out to me directly via the link in the description if you've done that disciplined lifestyle, but it just won't stick. And I'll show you step by step how I can personally upgrade your physique and your mindset to the next level. This is why I train like a savage, and I'll see you guys in the next one.